Welcome to this week's Total Pickleball vlog. My name is Mark. Today I wanted to feature premium quality paddles at a less than premium price. All the paddles you see featured here are at $150 or less. I have a lot of familiarity, not to mention success with all these paddles. Just wanted to discuss not only the price points, but also kind of the characteristics and traits that differentiate these paddles in terms of performance. So let's jump right into it. First paddle on the list here would be the Selkirk SLK Halo XL. This paddle here is endorsed and used by Todd. I believe she's in the top 10 MLP Crown PPA winner. I think specifically number 6. This is a raw carbon surface, super spin friendly, long lasting, and sandwiched in between it is a 16mm polypropylene core that is definitely going to cushion the impact instead of let the power shine through, as opposed to a 13mm. This is operating off of the elongated 16.5-inch length. You've got an elongated handle and a 4.25 grip size. This paddle does it all from any part of the court. I can reset, I can block, dink, third shot, drop. Just really feel confident with this paddle. Not to mention, it looks great with the blue edge guard and the blue replacement grip. This one's selling right now at $140, definitely a premium paddle. Next up is another Selkirk. This is the Selkirk Evoke Control Max 2.0. This one comes in about 4 or 5 different colorways. This also features a raw carbon surface, very spin friendly, very friction based. This one is using what I would refer to as more of a classic shape. It's a little shorter and a little wider at about 15.75. And the overall length also, it is the same handle size as the Parris Todd at 4.25, but it does have a little shorter handle overall, so you're definitely getting some weight-based power. You have an option from the mid-7s all the way to the low 8s for weight-based power, and overall just a very versatile paddle anywhere on the court, just for any skill set or style of play. It's an easy to play with paddle. This one's selling for about $99, top notch all the way. Next up, let's jump over to JOOLA. This is the Seneca CDS 16. 16 meaning that it is a 16mm paddle with a polypropylene core. This one features a carbon face for long-lasting spin potential and precision. This one's using the same classic shape instead of elongated. You've got the 4.25-inch grip size with about a 5.25-inch handle length. Overall, just an easy to play with paddle, great entry into pickleball. This one's selling for $129 and is another high value paddle in my book for sure. And jumping over to another brand, we have the Franklin, the STK 14.5. Love this paddle. This one's also available in a thicker, more control-oriented 17mm. This one here is selling for $149. This again is operating off of an elongated paddle shape, 16.5, and I believe it's a 7.5 across the span of the face. And with the 14mm core, you're definitely getting some liveliness here. I would say it's very controllable power, long-lasting spin off of this carbon fiber surface. Edge guard stays put. This is a very durable paddle. Some of the previous Franklin paddles that I played with just didn't hold together. This one's just definitely got a high degree of durability and performance packed into it. And again, did I mention it's at about $149. Next up, we'll switch brands again with the Engage. We're gonna go with a edgeless design. This is the Omega Evolution Elite. This one's a little lighter at, I believe this one's coming in at about 7.6 ounces. An unusual trait about this is it's kind of got a blade thin 9.5mm polypropylene core sandwiched in between the two raw carbon face pieces. Very spin friendly, really quick and fast through the air. In from the kitchen, this thing is definitely a dinker's masterpiece. Adding a little weight to it, you definitely get some weight-based power from the backcourt. But this paddle is just extremely easy to play with from, like I said, any portion of the court, any style of play or skill level. This one is selling for $149, so just barely coming in at the $150 mark. Again, switching manufacturers back over to ROKNE. I have definitely sung the praises of this paddle in a previous vlog. This one is another one with a fiberglass friction-based surface that for me is about as gritty as any carbon surface that I've played with. This one's gonna let a little more power shine through with the 13mm core. It again is polypropylene. This is a longer than, I guess you could say, a classic. This is an elongated paddle style, a little over 16 inches and a little less than 8 inches across the width of the paddle face. This one here is selling, believe it or not, for $89.99. This paddle does everything for me. It dots all the I's, crosses all the T's. A very versatile, just packed with quality paddle from any part of the court. Love this one as well. And again, switching gears, jumping over to Onix. Onix has been around. They're a heritage company within the pickleball industry. This one here is the Evoke Premier. I've always had very good fortune with this paddle. I would say this one in particular is one of the most lively paddles I've ever played with. It does feature the 13mm polypropylene core, and it is a carbon, it is a fiberglass surface that again is very friction based. I believe this is a composite with carbon. But this one again checks all the boxes, the positives. It does come with a 4 1/8 or a 4.125 inch grip size and about a 5-inch handle length. So if you have the two-hander, you know, maybe this wouldn't be the ideal paddle style for you. But if you're looking for easy power, lots of spin, this paddle is absolutely dynamite, and this one's running at $149.99 as well, just coming right under the 150 mark. And last but certainly not least, Electrum, one of my favorite paddle manufacturers. Again, been in the game since the beginning of these composite paddles, and they're kind of pushing the envelope for tip of the spear technology and evolution of paddles. This one here is the Electrum Model E. This one's selling for $119, believe it or not. This features a leather grip with a little bit of a contour to it. It does have kind of a shorter handle at 4.5 inches. I believe it is also a 4.5-inch handle size for anyone that prefers more stability or has a larger hand size. This is just an awesome paddle option for you. This also comes with a Toray raw carbon surface, very spin friendly, very durable in that respect as well. And overall, just a very easy to play with paddle from any part of the court. These are definitely among my favorites, regardless of price, but you throw in the price there, it definitely, I'm gonna gravitate towards one of these paddles. And that's all we have for you today, this week's vlog. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to know anything further about anything pickleball related, be sure and visit totalpickleball.com.